First dates can be absolutely hideous. Have you ever had a really bad first date where you felt really anxious? Where you worried if there was going to be an awkward silence? Was he going to see what you have to offer? You know you have a lot to offer, but is he going to see it? It's like this one shot at maybe getting this guy to be your husband in the future, and you want to show up your very best self. Today I want to give you these 7 vital tips to help you crush it on your next first date, and we are starting right now. And if you are interested in tips and tricks on how you can show up confidently on any date, I highly recommend that you hit the bell, subscribe, so that you get notified when new videos post every week. When I think back to when I first started dating, I have to shudder a little at the cringe-worthy, hideous, awkward, unforgivable mistakes that I made. Over time, I became an absolute master, and I want to share with you what you can do to be an absolute master. The first thing you are going to want to do to ensure that you kill it on this date is prepare. Prepare with questions. Nobody wants to be out with somebody boring. And what you want to do is you want to have questions ready to go before the date that will ensure that there are no awkward silences, that you have plenty of interesting things to talk about. Find out what he's interested in and see where you can find those commonalities and bring up those conversations with him. And if you do find yourself in that awkward silence, you have plenty of questions to pull out and create new interesting conversations. And as you're preparing those questions, you want to be thinking, how are these questions going to make him feel? You see, we want to be asking questions that take him into a physiological state of warm, happy memories. You see, when he's feeling those feelings, he's going to associate with you, and you are going to take the relationship to the next level a lot faster because he will remember how he felt with you on the date. So prepare those questions. The second thing that you are going to want to do to prepare for this date is do something exciting, scary, impressive a week before the date. And this will do 2 things for you. One, it's going to create a mindset of confidence when you're on that date that he will pick up on. 2, it's going to give you an added thing to talk about when you say, oh yeah, I went skydiving last week. Well, wow, look at you. What you're doing is you're selling him the life that you have and the life that you could have together. So fill in the gaps with more exciting things in your life before that first date. The third thing that you are going to want to do to kill it on that date is you want, right before the date starts, to close your eyes and visualize yourself on the date. See yourself saying hello, telling a funny joke that he laughs. See yourself feeling confident in your body. In that moment, feel the anxiety come, and then see yourself regulate your physiology in your body, to sit up straight, to relax, to smile, to laugh. Really take yourself through the date, and when you do that, you're playing it out before it happens. We don't realize how powerful our mind is, and when we see something, when we create an image before it happens, we actually more easily, effortlessly, automatically can show up as that person. So your step number 3 is visualize the best you on that first date and then show up as that person. The fourth thing you are going to want to do to be absolutely irresistible on that first date is you want to make sure that you make physical contact within the first 15 minutes. What this does is it decreases the anxiety and it helps you both feel more comfortable in each other's space. It's just a quick touch on the hand, on the arm, on the elbow, somewhere in a very casual, friendly area, so that you can kind of diffuse the anxiousness that usually happens in that first 15 minutes of the date. So the fifth thing that you are going to want to do while you're actually on the date is you want to suggest doing some sort of physical activity as part of the date. Even if you just go to dinner, suggest a walk before or after dinner, something where you're getting your bodies moving. And this will do two things. One, when we start moving our bodies, we release serotonin in our brain. And what this does is it makes you both feel happy and good, and he's going to, again, associate those feelings with you. And the second thing that this does is it kind of drops the walls for him. As we're walking and we're talking, it gets him to kind of loosen up who he is, and we can get a little more information out of him as to who this guy is. The sixth thing that you are going to want to do is you want to go into that first date with the mindset of being sold, not selling. What do I mean by this? When we go on a first date and we're in the headspace of selling who we are and please like me, love me, I'll do whatever you want, I'll work really hard for your love. What this does is it will turn off the guy you actually want and very much turn on the guy that you don't want. So what you want to do is come into it with the mindset that your time is very precious and you're actually looking to fulfill the position of life partner. And what this is this is an interview to see if you're something that I want in my life. Now, we don't say that and we're not aggressive, but we go in it with that reframe so that we don't show up from a place of scarcity, but we show up from a place of confidence of, I'm looking to see if you have what I need, not me trying to sell you on who I am and hope that it's what you want or need. We are on our last and final step of absolutely crushing it on a first date. And what this is at the end of the night, you want to say, I like you, I'd like to see you again. If you had a good time and you want to see him again, tell him, I had a good time, I'd like to see you again. You see, a common mistake that women make is they play this mystery girl game of, do I like you, don't I like you, catch me if you can, and no guy wants that. What we want to do is we want to say, I like you, I want to see you again. And if he is your guy, he will ask you out again. If he's not your guy, he won't. And there's nothing more that we can do about that. What's beautiful about that is it's a vetting process. The guy that doesn't ask you out again has done you a huge favor. He's not your guy. He's not going to waste any more of your precious time. So don't get hung up on whether he likes you or not. Move on to the next guy because there will be somebody down the line that is your guy. So take these steps, crush it on every first date you go on until you find your one. If you are somebody who has struggled with actually getting asked out on that first date, I highly recommend that you watch my video on the 3-step formula to get any guy you want to ask you out. And in the comments below, tell me a hideous first date that you have had. But remember, you were meant to love and be loved, and you don't have to search for your guy all by yourself. Come join the Find the One program, and together we will give you the proper steps to ensure that you have the life and the love that you deserve.